Hello and welcome to episode 11.
Yeah.
I'm glad you caught the question mark behind the 11 there.
I checked today.
To the Unqualified Game Chat. I'm your host, Azario Lopez, with my co-host, Spencer Legacy.
Hello there. How's it going, everyone?
Spencer.
Yeah.
It's a hot one here. I realize it's not a hot one there.
It's not a hot one here. It snowed about a week ago, and right now we can have our windows open because it's temperate, but that's about it.
Does it annoy you when people make snow angels?
I mean, it just looks weird, and I can't say I see a lot of people doing it, but
yeah, I feel like that would annoy me the most.
Just seeing snow angels.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Actually, anything cheerful and happy usually pisses me off.
Well, you should come for our winters then, because they are not cheerful or happy. It is everyone being miserable.
Stop laughing.
It's just everyone being like, I have to shovel.
Anytime I get the sense that I'm happy, I remind myself of like third world countries and like how fucked everything is.
Yeah, that's a healthy habit. I'm sure that'll have no long-term repercussions at all.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Wait, I'm happy? Fuck, think.
No, there's people dying right now.
Kids in the Philippines live in cemeteries. Oh, okay.
Oh, what a nasty thought. Ooh, now I'm not happy.
Yeah, so take that for what it is.
That's a good habit. I can't. Got nothing to say.
Spencer, as you know, this show is recorded every week and posted to podcast services and YouTube, all the iTunes, everything on Thursdays.
It is.
On Thursdays. True fact. Let's just jump into what you're playing.
Let's jump in. This week I've been playing a little bit of Monster Hunter with friends, but I've talked about that till the cows come home. So get that out of here.
This is becoming a little excessive.
Let's get that out of here. No more talk. This is a Monster Hunter ban.
We're free of Monster Hunter, and we're especially free of hunting monsters.
Exactly. So I'll talk about collecting monsters because I went back and restarted Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory.
The better Pokemon.
The Chad Pokemon, as I like to call it. Which
I really do try to keep a straight face when you say funny things, but sometimes you say some really good stuff.
It is the Chad Pokemon. What can I say?
It definitely is. You know a lot. You can get a lot from people who enjoy Digimon more than Pokemon. I don't expect you to know all the Digimon. I just expect you to know Digimon.
Yeah, Digimon fans, they're like old internet people. They've seen shit. They like the weirdness of Digimon. They're not soft or pampered by, oh, Nintendo, you can give us less and we'll still be happy, Game Freak. They're like, I want to play as Gun Digimon. I want to play as Bigger Gun Digimon. I want to play as Multi-Gun Digimon.
Yeah.
And then I want to be able to reverse Digivolve them and go to Gun Sword Digimon. And Bandai's like, okay, here you go. You can do all that.
Did you happen to watch the Digimon movie growing up?
Oh, I loved the Digimon movie growing up. That's like my favorite movie.
So what's the song that you think of when you remember the Digimon movie?
1 week.
Oh my God.
All-Star in 1 week.
All-Star in 1 week. Dude, for me, it's Kids in America.
Oh, yeah. I remember the VHS had a music video of Kids in America after the credits.
Fucking Newgrounds music video.
Oh my God. I remember that vividly. Oh, that movie. I feel like it's probably bad to sit through now, but I loved the shit out of that movie.
We had a writer on Noisy Pixel that reminded us that All-Star was on Digimon and that predates Shrek by 1 year.
It's the Digimon song. It's not the Shrek song. I'm always preaching that to people. I'm like, you mean the Digimon movie song? Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna watch that again now.
It's not the best movie, but it's definitely a movie.
It's 2 Japanese movies shoved into one English movie with different plots entirely. But you know what? It's a joy to watch.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But yeah, as a Chad Digimon fan, I loved Cyber Sleuth. So I was like, I never finished Hacker's Memory, so I restarted it with my progress carried over from the original. And I'm just having a blast with the Digivolution system. I think it's one of the most fun systems ever, where you digivolve them up and then you can digivolve them back and then go to a different route, and they get permanent stat boosts from doing that. So there's no progress lost. So I'm like, I want to have Omegamon or Omnimon, depending on where you live. So I'm going to raise an Agumon and a Gabumon, and then I'm going to put them up and down, and then I'll be able to fuse them. But while I do that, I'll also be raising this Digimon through these trees. And it's like, it sounds like the most menial thing, but I'm like, in my head I have like Rain Man charts where I'm like, okay, so I go through this Digimon chart, and then I can have this Digimon, and I can have this Digimon, and the story's just happening around me. I'm like, okay, I don't care, let me get to digivolving. All right, so I'm having an absolute blast with it personally.
So have you ever
I have one.
Okay, so it's kind of like this, where you feed your Pokemon, your Digimon at the right time. I almost Freudian slip. You feed your Digimon at the right time. You train them just to get the right Digievolution, and I always get the stupid piece of shit.
You get Numemon.
Get Numemon,
the classic like, Numemon,
and it's the worst one. It's like you have to fuck up so bad to get it, and every time. And the one I have, there is Metal Greymon on there, and that's who I wanted. Can never get him. And there, I follow the charts. There's like guides and stuff for your Digivices, but
yeah, the Digivices are hard because they demand like frequent, like care. Like you're like 10 minutes later, it'll be beeping again, and you're like, oh my god, how did you shit 4 more times? Yeah, I guess I have to clean that up or you will die. It's wild.
I threw this in the closet for like the longest time because I was just sick.
It's stressful
of the beeping.
Yeah, it's stressful. And then they die and you're like, oh my god, what did I do?
Oh, I know exactly what I did.
I know what I did. I threw my child in the closet and waited for him to die.
I threw that crap in the closet. But yeah, so I like, to your point of the intricacies of Digievolution, I do think it's really cool that you took those steps. I also like how Digimon really tries to create a world for you to feel attached to. I don't think Pokemon really does that. And if you say you're a Pokemon fan, but how you get your Pokemon knowledge is from like random YouTube videos where it's like Pokemon facts. Did you know that this motherfucker is like
did you know Game
actually 12 years old? And that's how you get your lore. You couldn't just get it from playing the damn game.
Play the game and read the manga. Okay.
God, so with Digimon, they just tell you the damn thing, and they can reboot it if they wanted to. But you know what? They rebooted Digimon Adventure.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it.
I'm fine with it. I've been watching it. It's fun.
I'm having a fucking blast.
I don't mind one bit. I'm like, you know what? This is a fascinating modernization. I don't mind one bit.
Dude, I used to wear goggles in elementary school because of Tai.
I did that too.
Dude, they were just swimming goggles too. And I'd put them on top of my head.
On your forehead. My friend, when I was a little kid, had a Digimon birthday party, and there was cardboard tie hair with goggles that you could put on your head.
It was, for me, it was that, and I wore 2 belts to look like Han Solo.
That's cool as hell. That's a Chad move.
Yeah, say that to the people that beat me up. But
You should have used your second belt to defend yourself.
I was the kid in school that wore the Gundam shirts
That was me.
all the time. You know, I didn't get cool. I didn't go Chad mode until Jackass became big. I think I was probably in like 7th or 8th grade. But when Jackass came out and got big, I used to like do like the jumping off of roofs into bushes and stuff. That's when my time came.
You were the wild one.
Yeah, so no one messed with me after that. But for a while, I was the people like to beat me up.
And then you got wild.
And then I got
became
wild.
the wild one.
Don't fuck with that guy.
I don't want to fuck with that guy. He grabbed a bee's nest and jumped off a roof
while eating it.
While eating it. Oh, that video makes me so upset.
Yeah, there's so when Jackass got big, I kind of grew into a certain group of people, but yeah, that was my early years. So I'm glad we share share some similarities.
Me too. It makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Why we get along so well.
It's
we're both Goggles kids.
Things I love when I'm going to a convention, and you'll know this a lot, is like you're super busy. But I love taking an hour and just going to stand by the Gundam cases or Digimon cases.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the Bandai room, somebody is going to come and nerd out with you within 5 to 7 minutes.
It's true. A lot of excited people who want to talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just listen to them. I don't even say anything. I just like to listen to their knowledge. I just want
Yeah. It's like visiting sages.
Yeah.
It's the modern day equivalent of visiting a sage.
You collect little runes from them.
Yeah.
Just little bits
you go,
of knowledge.
oh yes, tell me, master. Yeah.
I had this one guy explain to me how Zero Gundam is the strongest Gundam, and it's just the best conversation I've ever been a part of.
They're so excited, and you're like, all right, dude, yeah, I feel it.
And how like Hito and couldn't control, how the best Mobile Suit pilots couldn't control the Zero system. That's why they had to dumb it down after that. You're so right.
Oh, you're so right. That's so messed up, but you're so right about that.
I really, so anywhere around the Bandai booth, I'm there.
Oh, I hope we can get back to that soon. I want to go do that again now.
Oh, but back to Digimon.
Yeah, back to Digimon.
You hacking though?
I'm hacking. I'm hacking everybody. I'm a bit of a hacker. You know, I'm typing on all the keyboards in the game. I'm pressing square and doing hacker skills just like in real life. So it's I'm liking the story's tone compared to the first one, where in this one it's like you're a plain-faced weird child who nobody likes and you have to make Digimon friends. And I was like, oh, it's just like when I was younger. So that's pretty cool.
I hated the beginning of the first one.
Where you're like digital data and then you have to find your avatar pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And this one's much quicker.
Yeah. And I liked the characters in the second one more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good group.
Kind of expanded the first one was really good for the battle system and stuff, but the second one kind of honed in on the world building. And
now we're just waiting on Digimon Survive.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be waiting a while for that one.
But waiting a while.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Oh my god, anything I've seen of that game, I cry, dude. Anytime I hear Agumon's voice, I just fucking like when his serious voice.
Yeah.
It's like fucking heartbreaking. There's some scenes in Digimon Adventure. Not to make this a Digimon podcast, but
this is now a fan podcast for Digimon. Get over it.
There is some fucking scenes where Agumon has this. It's a slow, sad voice that he puts on, and he does it in the commercials or the trailers for Digimon Survive. I'm like, fuck, this game is gonna be real.
All they gotta do to make me cry is play Butterfly. That's all they gotta do. That's how they get you.
But that game looks great, and I can't wait to know more.
Yeah. So that's my Digimon rant for the day. What have you been playing, Azario?
From one nerdy subject to another. I've been playing SaGa Frontier Remastered. Game of the Year.
Nerd.
Game of the Year. It's been 20 years. When I was 11 years old, I was planning on writing this review. I was like, you know what? In 20 years, I'm gonna write a review about this game. I will say that returning to it now, it's just as hard as it was when I was 11 years old. But I didn't get lost nearly as much. There was some scenarios that I couldn't even beat when I was growing up. Aceless, the last boss, way too hard.
Still? Is it
Oh
still
my
really
God.
hard?
Oh my God, dude. Her story is one of the best. Okay. It's one of the coolest because she's a half mystic. I don't expect you to know what that means.
Please teach me.
But um you can cheese it by getting a martial arts person on your team, like Fuse, and teaching him DSC, which does like 10,000 to 20,000 damage. And to get that move though, you have to learn like somersault, slide, and something else, I think, in the techniques. But once you learn those three techniques, then you'll get a secret technique, which is DSC. And please look this up because if you learn that move, you won the game. You beat the game after that.
It's the game breaker.
Yeah. It's so random though. There's a lot of weird shit you got to do in SaGa Frontier, and I love it. I love that it doesn't tell you a damn thing. It doesn't tell you that you can seal your techniques and like to learn new techniques. So you can only learn them in a max amount. But if you seal some of those moves, and you can just add them in later if you really want them back, you can learn more. And it's just like you'll go to a dungeon and they'll be like, you'll go to the last room where there's clearly supposed to be a boss and there'll be nothing there. Why? Because you didn't even have to go to that dungeon. Why'd you even go? Nobody told you to go.
They trick you.
Dude, they let you go anywhere you want. They like open the world up to you after the first general introduction. But you're going through really like universes. You're jumping universes. So there's 8 stories in this one. Fuse's story can be taken on following events. I don't want to give away his stuff because just clear a couple scenarios. I say clear reds first, and then go from there. As him, you play a superhero. It's kind of cool.
That's tight.
Yeah, but the thing about his superhero thing is that they right in the beginning they tell you, and if you don't read this, you'll fuck up. But they'll tell you that if you transform into your superhero costume while other people are in the party, you'll lose the power. So you can only transform if everybody's dead besides you, or if there's only monsters in your party. Because if your party members find out that you're a superhero, your cover's blown.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
It'll fuck you up. Because you need that power at some points. So you'll just put all monsters in your party or something, or especially in the beginning of the game, because when you transform, you just get a ton more HP and a ton more strength. But you cannot do it when there's other people in there.
That's a really cool mechanic. I like that.
Fucking dope.
That's dope.
But it is a nerdy game, and if you want to play it, I just suggest reading a guide. There's plenty of game facts from 2007 that you can look up.
You no longer have to send your Codemaster younger sibling. No, you don't.
Yeah, you didn't. The thing about this game though, and guides, is that your playthrough will be so random that the guides are just very general. It'll be like sometimes they'll tell you, well, kill a couple hours. Okay, what do I do? And by that they probably mean grind some techniques, just go explore. Like Aceless is her story is you have to fight these 4 bosses, but they happen in random places. So the instructions in the guide, and they don't tell you this in the first game, but in this game you have a guide. In this remastered version, you have a guide, and the guide says explore and you'll find a boss. So you basically just run around until a random boss encounter happens. And it happens so randomly that you'll never have enough time to save before, because right when you enter the screen,
Yeah.
the person approaches you. It's not like you approach the person. It's like
Wow.
you enter screen and battle.
Oh
It's
man.
so great, so great. Hey, but
That's cool.
there's a autosave. So I mean, you don't really have to even worry because it autosaved for you.
The beauty of modern game design.
Yeah, and I was so mad. I was gonna give it a lower score, but there was no option to quit to main menu, and I was like, wait. When I was younger, if I held R1 L1 and press start select, it would go to the main menu. And I was like, well, might as well try it. And I did it without the select, just the start. R1 L1 start. And it fucking took me back to the main menu.
That's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. They kept that.
I was so happy. But a great game. Great game. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think that it should have used a little more tutorials for people.
A little bit more guidance so that you're not totally lost if you're new.
Just to give you a sense of the nuance. Just like maybe an hour of like learning techniques. I don't know, teaching you that this is random. It gets to the point where like, so I played the first 5 minutes, and there's like 5 battles in one of the stories. There's 5 battles in the beginning and then a boss battle. This is right in the beginning. And if you don't learn 3 techniques in those 5 battles and then the boss comes, you're dead. There's no way you're going to win that fight. So you have to kind of keep restarting it, but it doesn't tell you that, you know? You never learned that growing up. You just kind of hoped for the best. So my first time through, I learned no techniques. My second time, 1 technique. The third time, I learned 4 techniques, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Because you need 4. Because once you get enough, your skill level will go up, and if you have. I know this is fucking nerdy. I know this is.
No, this is great. I love this.
I don't like getting this nerdy, but once you have because you can have 8 techniques, but you'll take it down to 6. And that'll leave you enough. So all your WP goes into your skills. So just make sure that you have at least 2 spots open in your ability list. Once you start unlocking techniques, and you'll start getting the better techs. You'll start earning them. But just keep sealing them. Just keep sealing the ones that you aren't using 2 at a time, and you'll keep learning them after that. Super fast. But it's only 2. Only two. Yeah, and monsters will rank with you. In the bio lab, they're actually 2 ranks above you. So, kind of scary. But that's how you get cotton. So everyone wants cotton. It's like this.
There you go.
Anyway.
See, this is that wonderful feeling of listening to a Gundam Sage. You're like, wow, this is so interesting. This is like an actual interesting thing.
There's very little things that I like to nerd out about, you know? Like one of them, Atelier games that I could just fucking break down for you, and like, it's stupid. But Atelier games and a lot of old Square Enix Mana games I could probably list out for you. Some nerdy shit, but
there's some proof of that on the channel.
Yeah, you can go watch Last Gen, The Legend of Mana.
Get those numbers up.
I'll check after this. Once we hit 1,000, it's a new episode's going up.
And it's worth it.
It is. I cannot explain to you how worth it is.
Best series ever.
Absolutely.
Did you know who? What? No.
No. Weird.
No. Last Gen.
Yeah. We whatever. So I guess let's for the topic of the week. This show's going on pretty long, but for the topic of the week, I'm talking about the Indie World event that happened today. Did you happen to watch it?
I missed it because I had class.
Oh
no.
Well, let me just feed it to you.
Yeah.
Here, let's do this. I will go over the announcements that I feel were worth it, and then you'll comment on them.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay. So, Annapurna, without knowing anything, announced Last Stop and Hindsight. How do you feel about that?
Those sound weird, which is good because Annapurna does weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This indie dev announced a game called Road 96, which backwards is 69.
Oh, that's the weed number. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sweet. Other than that, I have no idea what Road 96 is. I was born in 96. Maybe it's about me. I don't know.
Wow, you were born in 96.
I was born in 96.
Whew.
I'm a young lad.
Yeah. Yeah. So that game is like a narrative game.
Mhm.
Like it's different every time you play and you make little choices and you're like hitchhiking or something. It looks cool. Looks cool.
Yeah. I'll watch all these trailers.
We got a new trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
I did see that. That's really hype.
Okay, yes. I totally agree with you. It is definitely hype.
All the characters look fast, which I like in a beat 'em up, and it looks very satisfying.
We got House of the Dead remake with
excited.
a trailer.
I just watched the trailer before we started.
Good.
My friend Ty and I would go to the theater every Friday in high school and play House of the Dead after or before a movie. And I know that game inside and out. I'm very excited to see it come back.
Now, I'm going to tell you something that may make you rethink that. Forever Entertainment is developing it.
Who's that?
They did the Panzer Dragoon remastered.
Oh, the remake. I played that.
Is it good?
It was okay. I didn't know anything about Panzer Dragoon, but I thought it was fine.
It looks ugly.
I mean, House of the Dead already looked goofy, so I don't mind.
You're right. They don't develop much. They publish. Looking at their publisher stuff, they publish more. Looks like they published Fear Effect Sedna. They had a hand in that. I thought that was a Square Enix Collective game, but it looks like they took it over.
Wow.
Probably why we haven't seen anything from that Fear Effect Remastered game, huh?
Probably.
God damn it, Forever. Get on it.
They're going to House of the Dead 2 next.
We got Fez on Switch.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people talk about Phil, but I think he reminds me. You know what? I'm going to tell you why I like him. All right? I'm going to get shit.
But he doesn't like Japanese games, so it doesn't strike me as you would like him.
He just reminds me of this movie director friend that I had who was just so into his ego and so into his character and his stuff that people would deem him an asshole because of how dedicated he was to his craft, and he was an asshole. But oddly, I liked it. I think
there you go.
I thought it was just really cool. I like when people don't back down from who they are. They don't try and hold their hand. They just let it all out. And I respect that, even if it's maybe not well liked.
There's a middle ground. There's a middle ground.
There's a middle
ground. You can
ground.
be people like us, where we don't hide who we are, but we're not in your face about it either.
No. You're right. This he's very strong. So he reminds me of this movie director friend. And I just feel like a lot of people that I've met in that position, because he would launch movies and they would do really bad. But he believed that they were really good, and he would that
is an impressive feat itself.
We got Cris Tales.
Oh, yeah.
Release date, July 20th, 2021.
I played that at an event, and it was very interesting.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Dude, her hair is fucking cute as fuck.
Yeah. That's true.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Skul the Hero Slayer coming to Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. Did you play Skul?
I didn't. Slayer?
The roguelike. Really good.
What is in these days?
It's another roguelike from this developer called NeoWiz, who keeps putting out roguelites. They put Metal Unit.
they're good at it.
No, it's different. They're publishing it. There's different developers.
Oh, okay.
They keep publishing. We got Ender Lillies coming to PS4, Switch, and PC on June 22nd.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, folks.
It's a cute little game about this girl, and it's like a 2D Dark Souls action game. But like she doesn't attack, she summons these spirits to attack, and like
Oh, cool.
all she can do is really dodge and then jump or something, but she makes the spirits do the action for her.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I previewed it. There's a preview on Noisy
I'll go
Pixel
read
about
that right after.
We got OlliOlli World.
Oh, I saw that.
There's evidently 3 of them.
Wow.
This is the 3rd.
Yeah, I know some people who quite like OlliOlli. I haven't experienced it myself, but I know of it.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah.
And then the last big reveal was Oxenfree.
Oh yeah. I haven't played the first one, but I know a couple people who love it, and they were shocked to see a sequel.
Yeah, there's a sequel.
Yeah.
More like Oxen, I'm okay.
Oxen,
Oxen, I'll play something else.
Oxen, Digimon, thank you.
Oxen, not Digimon Survive.
Yeah. No, thank you. We're gonna get a comment from the developer, and they're like, "This is my favorite show. It made me very sad to see
that you guys felt this way."
I know nothing about your game. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I haven't played it either. I've heard a lot of things. Anytime a lot of people talk about a game, I kind of back the fuck off and play something else.
Yeah. We've talked about this in an episode. Yeah.
Oxenfree is another one on the pizza.
It's just another game that got too big for its own good.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
I think that was a very succinct little topic time. I think that worked out well. Yeah.
So we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for listening. We'll have a good time.
Bye.